Hi, sweetie. Can you come off the stage, please? Oh, excuse me. All right. Excuse me, sweetie. All right. Ready?
Several other kinds of events around town.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? My name is Jana, and on behalf of the Overture, I'd like to welcome you to Kids in the Rotunda. Welcome. I'd like to start by... Water fountain, that's right. And now let's do our exits. Can everyone point to the super secret exit? Right over there. And the stair exit right behind you. And the long hallway exit. Now, where do kids sit in the rotunda? On the purple carpet, that's right. And when do we come up on the stairs and on the wooden stage? Only when you're invited. And it's very important today for safety reasons, so please stay on the carpet today. And what do we know about the blue rivers that run along the sides of the carpet? Sharks! Stay out of the water and the aisles and away from the sharks. They will eat you. If anyone in your family needs a sensory kit or a wobble seat, please go to the accessibility kiosk right in the back there. We also have some fidgets and coloring right down the hall if anyone in your family needs a little break. Now, are we ready for the show? On the count of 3, let's say welcome to Mark Hayward and clap as hard as we can. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Welcome, Mark Hayward.
Hi, everybody. My name is Mark Hayward. I am a world yo-yo champion. It's true. My mom is proud. And I'm going to start off with a few yo-yo warm-up tricks. So I'm going to make some pictures with the yo-yo string. If you know what the picture is, just yell it out, and we'll get to a couple tough ones. So I'll start off easy, so we can all be together. What's that? Star, exactly. Here's another one for you. Bow tie. And an international trick. Eiffel Tower or rocket, either one is correct. Now for extra credit, does anybody know who built the Eiffel Tower? Just yell it out if you know. Mr. Eiffel, nicely done. All right, here's another one. What's this? Scissors, used to cut paper, woo! All right, are you ready for a tough one? You want a kind of tough one or a really tough one? Okay, 2 possible right answers. What's that? It rhymes with Yiddish drag. It's the British flag, exactly, nice. And if you're thinking Union Jack, that's another name for it. Now the toughest one of all, make sure you've got your brains on straight. What's that? Bow tie. It looks like a bow tie. It's actually my bikini. Will the fun ever start? Well, there are 3 famous classic yo-yo tricks, and possibly everyone's favorite yo-yo trick is good old walk the dog. And in 2019, I broke the Guinness World Record for the furthest distance to walk the dog with the yo-yo, 27.2 feet, and I made it into the Guinness Book of World Records. Thanks. And I recently found out somebody broke my record. It's okay, I can take it and I'll just break it again. But there's another version of that trick, walk the dog, that you can all do at home. You set your yo-yo down like so, you drag it, and you've got walk the slug. Yeah, not too tough. And another famous classic trick that you might recognize is rock the baby. And that leads to another trick as well. We go from there into the spider's web. And then, to bring those 2 tricks together, rock the spider baby. Usually people clap for this one. And the third famous classic yo-yo trick is around the world. But check this out, you ready? Around the world twice. Mm-hmm. Do you want to see that trick backwards? Yeah? Okay. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I appreciate the pity applause, but I'm going to do it again, this time for real, this time the cool way, with style. So I'll start in one direction, switch it up, and the style. Has anyone here ever heard of Roswell, New Mexico? Anybody? Who knows what Roswell is famous for? Somebody yell it out. Yeah, supposedly, in 1947, the aliens crashed in Roswell. So this is my Roswell trick, the flying saucer. Want to see it again? And by any chance, is anyone here from Wisconsin? Oh, lots of people. Nice. Well, I'm a Wisconsin guy, born and raised right here in Madison. I've got a couple Wisconsin yo-yo tricks. The first one is about winter. It snows, it gets cold, people like to ski. And one of the things you need when you ski is a ski lift. Applause point. One of the toughest yo-yo tricks there is this one. It's called Shoot the Moon, but it's known by another name as well. It's also known as the nose breaker. Yeah. There are a lot of ugly yo-yo guys. But the thing is, yo-yoing doesn't really get tough until you start doing it with two. Ooh. That's pretty good, but let's try that again, this time as a group, together, with gusto, two. Ooh. Nice, excellent, sustain. Two yo-yos. I'm going to start with the big trick, the two-hand throwdown. Yeah. I know, I just blew some minds. But there are all kinds of variations. You can do right leg forward, left leg forward, leg in the air, eyes closed. Hope you like it, because it's all I know. I'm just kidding. Don't look so disappointed. Just a joke. I can actually do a bunch of two-hand tricks, and the first one is one that I call two-hand yo-yo trick number 1. Looks like this. And the cool thing about this trick is every time I do it, people clap. Thanks. I love milking the applause. Must be a Wisconsin thing. Anyway, moving right along to two-hand yo-yo trick number 2. Nice work, right after 1. I don't know how this looks from out there, but from my angle, it looks pretty sweet. A lot of tricks that you can do with one hand can also be done with two. And this trick, when done with one hand, is called hop the fence. When I do the same trick with both hands, the name changes, and it becomes my second Wisconsin yo-yo trick. And it's called milk the cow. Yeah. And this next one is known in all of the trick books as 7 years with no social life. Clearly worth every minute. Would you like to see my toughest trick? Yeah? Well, it starts off the same way as that last one, but this one is called the crossover. I need a volunteer. Looking for somebody about yay big, someone who's very brave, and someone who's not afraid of a little pain. Let's see. Somebody, you had your arm up a second ago. The pain thing was a joke. Would you like to help me out? Come on up. Let's hear it from my brave volunteer. Stand right there. This is for me. Hi. What's your name?
Aria.
Aria. Nice to meet you, Aria. Are you having a good winter?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you done anything awesome we should all know about? No. No judgment on the family. You're all fine. So, Aria, we are going to do a trick together about the big storms they get in Florida.
I'm not the best with yo-yos.
You don't know. I'll do all the yo-yoing. You get to do other stuff.
Yay.
Yeah. So don't worry if you're not good with yo-yos. It's fine. So we're going to do this trick about hurricanes in Florida. Do you know what's right in the middle of a hurricane? I'll give you a hint. The eye, exactly. So hurricanes are these giant storms, hundreds of miles across. In the middle, there's a hole, which is called the eye of the storm. And in the eye of the storm, it's perfectly calm. There are clear skies, no winds. But all around the eye area, winds can get over 200 miles an hour. I know, it's a big storm. So your job is you are going to be the eye of the storm. So you stand here, facing the people, perfectly calm, clear skies, no winds, not moving. And while you're doing that, I'll be over here, and I'll be Mr. 200-mile-an-hour winds. So, Aria, since I'm the storm and you are the eye of the storm, can you guess where you get to stand? Right in the middle. So, Aria, you are going to see a yo-yo whizzing back and forth in front of your face at 200 miles an hour. Aria's natural reaction, of course, will be to lean backward. But Aria, do you know why you don't want to do that?
The other one's behind me.
Exactly. At the same time, there's going to be another yo-yo right behind your head. And the thing is, I don't usually name my yo-yos, but this yo-yo's name is Skull Crusher. I know. Maybe it's not the best name for a yo-yo in a family show. Do you think you should have a different name? No? I was thinking maybe Princess Sparkle Pony. No? Okay. We'll stick with Skull Crusher. So there's one thing that's kind of between us, is we're up here and we know how exciting all this is, but the people way in back may not fully appreciate the excitement. So for their sake, once I get the yo-yos going, could you just look scared? Okay, you want to practice that once? Scared or sucking on a lemon candy? Hard to tell. All right, so a little help. My volunteer is going to need a little help from all of you staying calm. Once I get the yo-yos going,
I think it might be hard for me to make it scared.
it's just a joke. You don't have to actually make the scared face. You could also just be actually scared. That would also work. So either way. So your support is really important here. I'm going to get the yo-yos going around this tender head right there. And then if you could all applaud, and this is the best part, they're going to keep clapping. I'll catch the yo-yos. And then you and I are going to raise all four arms up in the air like this, and we're going to bask in the glory. Are you excited about that? It is the best part. All right, audience, you've got one more job. Once I get the yo-yos going around my volunteer, once I get them moving at all, I'd like you to make the sound they make at kickoff at a college football game. So I'll get them moving out here, and you all go, oh, ah. Let's practice it. Ready? Yes! So exciting. Aria, can you feel the excitement?
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, I'm going to have you move up to right there for me, please. Perfect. All right, Aria, you remember your job, right? Not moving, not looking at me, makes me nervous. Here comes the yo-yo hurricane. Audience, this is your cue. All right, let's hear it for Aria. Okay, Aria, take a bow. Now bask in the glory. That's pretty great, huh? Were you scared? Yeah, that makes two of us. Thanks so much. You can go back to your seat.
I was like,
Yeah, no, I know. It's serious. One more time for my volunteer. I need another volunteer. And for this one, I need someone whose hair is either shorter than the top of their ear or tied back really tight. Either way would work. So I need just the right person. How about the person with that person? Are you willing to help? Come on up. Let's hear it from my volunteer. Hi.
Don't usually get picked for this.
You don't usually get picked? Well, there's some time for everything. What's your name?
Miko.
Miko. Nice to meet you, Miko. Are you having a good winter? Yeah? Have you done anything awesome we should all know about?
I got the neurovirus on Christmas.
Up top. Ow. No more high fives.
How about high 27s?
Let's not do that either.
High 30s?
Okay, let's move on. So we're going to do a trick together. Have you ever heard the story of William Tell?
Who?
Yeah, that's a no. That's okay.
William Tell?
Yeah, his name is William Tell, like a William and a Tell. So anyway, he was famous. He was really famous for being a great shot with a bow and arrow. He lived hundreds of years ago, and the king, yeah, they're buddies. And the king heard about this, and the king challenged William Tell to put an apple on his son's head and then shoot it off with an arrow. I know, awesome trick, right? Okay, don't try it at home. I see the gleam in your eyes.
I understand.
So we are going to do that trick. I did not bring a bow and arrow because that would be dangerous. Instead, clearly much safer, I brought a yo-yo and this red delicious poker chip. So it's Miko, right? Is that right? Your name? So Miko, I'm going to take this poker chip. I'm going to put it on your ear. So just turn and face me. This me. That's going to go right there on your ear. Then I'm going to take the yo-yo. I'm going to knock it right off. Give me 5. Oh, man, I got lucky. I thought I already said no more 5s for Miko. All right, so you're going to hear some sound as the yo-yo goes past your ear. I'm not going to hit you, so don't freak out. Miko might freak out. So your support is really valuable. You can give that support whenever you want, but your main cue is when you see the poker chip fly. That's your cue to clap, cheer, scream, yell, whistle, make noise any way you can. Just make a bunch of noise, and that's going to help Miko come back down from the heights of freaking out right back to the stage. Do you think it's going to work, Miko?
I don't know.
You don't know. You just want me to stop talking and do the trick.
License?
I'm getting ID'd by my volunteer.
Okay, yep, I'm fine.
All right, Miko, take one little step backward for me. One more. Perfect, right there. Now, lean forward a little bit and point your chin at me. And as I hone in on the poker chip, you can close your eyes for your own comfort or stare into mine with resentment. Just don't move. That's the most important thing. Almost there. Almost there. We did it! Miko! Wow! That was excellent. You lived. So, Miko, on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is nothing and 10 is the worst thing you've ever done, where did that fall?
I do -20.
Negative 20. Nice. You can go back to your seat one more time for my brave volunteer. All right. Boy, that was exciting. Well, a few years ago, there was an international yo-yo craze, and it was the result of new yo-yo technology. This yo-yo's got a ball-bearing axle, and it also has this super ball at the end of the string. And the super ball means I don't have to have it tied to my finger, and that makes new tricks possible that couldn't be done before, like these.
Can you do the cat cradle?
We'll get to requests, so just keep your request in your brain. We'll get to that, don't worry. And because this is a new style of yo-yoing, people are coming up with new and exciting tricks all the time. I want to show you just a few of my favorites. Check this out. Wait, hold on, that's not it. Sometimes even professionals make mistakes. What matters is not if you make a mistake, but what you do about it. So I'm going to try again. Here we go. I know, right? And my very favorite trick with this yo-yo is named after my favorite piece of ninja hardware, which of course is the nunchucks. But you don't have to use every long spinning yo-yo with the Super Ball. You can tie them to your finger as well. And I've got another long spinning yo-yo in my case here. And this one is a very special yo-yo. It's so special, it gets its own box. I mean, it's a cardboard box, but still, its own box. Yes, friends, behold, Sasquatch. I know, it's not as exciting for you as it is for me, but this is a very exciting yo-yo because it was designed and manufactured specifically for full-time yo-yo entertainers like myself. And in this country, there's only 5 of us. It's got a ball-bearing axle. It's machined aluminum yo-yo of the future, literally made by robots. Future. So when I throw it, it'll spin a long time. And that means I can put new frills on old favorite tricks like the roller coaster from the 1950s. So to get started with the roller coaster, I'm going to do a pinwheel, then jump into a rewind, come over here for a couple Eli hops, and then the roller coaster. Oh, wait, that wasn't it. Can I save it? Nope, can't save it. We'll try it again. Okay, Sasquatch, play nice. All right, roller coaster, take 2. There we go. Do that, and then come over here for that, and this, and that, and there it is. Another thing that you can do with a long spinning yo-yo is you can do a bunch of tricks in a row without having to throw it down again. So let's see how far I can get. I'll start with one-handed star, then two-handed star, Star of David, Eiffel Tower, bow tie, bikini, scissors, British flag, spiderweb, spider baby, regular baby, a piece of pizza, ice cream cone, and still comes back. Would you like to see my favorite trick? Yeah. This is another picture. See if you can tell who it is. Luke, I am your father. Give in to the dark side and clean your room. It's Darth Vader. And as long as we're at it, here's another Star Wars trick. Also evil but bigger, the Imperial Star Destroyer. Pew, 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 pew. Wasted youth. And one of the most appropriately named tricks in the world is this one. It's called Boingy Boingy. Don't know if you can tell how it got its name. And then we'll do a magical one called Mach 5. Once people see tricks, they want to see the tough ones. And one of the big ones from the World Yo-Yo Contest is called the Atom Smasher. This is the advanced version. You do a triple pinwheel, split bottom entry, somersault, 3 barrel rolls. There's 2 and 3. One hand under, the other hand under. 1, 2, 3 somersaults. A little extra fanciness because the overture is awesome. You get out of it, and you're done. Back in the special box. See you later. I want to tell you a story about a guy I know who works in the circus. And his job there is he is the man on the flying trapeze. His name is Bob. And Bob is quite famous, but not as you might expect. He's not as famous as me. He's not famous as you would expect for his world class, for his trapezing. Instead, he's famous for his world class spaghetti. So, one day after work at the circus, Bob was outside walking his circus dog. And since he's a circus dog, naturally, he's a French poodle. And the poodle's favorite food, by the way, French toast with French dressing. Anyway, they were having a nice little walk when all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, appeared a flying saucer. It had bright flashing lights. It swooped down, sucked Bob up, and flew away. Fortunately, Bob's dog escaped. He's a very clever dog. So, at this point, Bob was trapped up in the alien spacecraft, and he could tell by the way the aliens were looking at him that they were up to no good. They had traveled around the world in search of a good spaghetti recipe, not because they were hungry, as you might think, but because spaghetti, especially world-class spaghetti, is a key ingredient that you need when you're making an alien death ray. And that's something the aliens need because they want to take over the galaxy. So, in order to get Bob to cooperate and fork over his spaghetti recipe, the aliens put him in a gigantic machine called the Brain Twister. However, due to Bob's vast circus experience, his brain could be twisted no further than it already was, so the machine had no effect. Next, the aliens forced Bob to climb a 300-foot-tall, slimy alien rope, figuring it'd be so difficult and so disgusting that it would break Bob's spirit. But for a trapeze guy, it was no problem. Now that Bob was way up high, up above the ground, the aliens told him that he had to dive off of that high platform and land in a little tiny bucket of water. But don't worry, Bob had a plan. Bob did a circus quick change act, and he dazzled and distracted the aliens by changing into his diving outfit, which looks kind of like sparkly underpants. He completed the dive perfectly, and while the aliens were distracted, he decided it was time for his daring escape. So Bob started running. He ran and he ran until he came upon an alien escape pod. He jumped right in, he pushed the big red button, and he escaped. And fortunately, Bob made it home just in time for dinner. So, I've just done a whole mountain of yo-yo tricks for you. Before I move on with the rest of the show, I'm going to open up the floor to questions and requests. If there are any tricks that I haven't done that you want to see me do, if you want to see a trick over again, or if you have a burning question you've always wanted to ask a professional yo-yo person, because that could be a thing for somebody, raise your hand. This is your chance. Yes? Do I have a Diablo? I do own a Diablo. I do not have it with me, but they're very fun toys. Are you a Diablo player? School has a circus. Diablo's one of the things. You should definitely do it. It's super fun. Yes? You want to know if I can bounce the yo-yo on the stage? Like right there in front of you where it's really exciting? Oh, the bouncy ball trick. Yeah. We'll do the bouncy ball trick again. I gotcha. Here we go. So the trick that I did, which I refer to as nunchucks, is actually 3 tricks together. So the first trick, this part, is nunchucks. The second part is called bounce the dog, and that's this part. And then the third part is the kung fu aerial. Yes. Can I do Godspeed? So someone has seen the internet. I cannot do the trick Godspeed because it requires years of training to get your hand speed fast enough. And instead, I focus my time on making the people laugh. But I bet there's another trick you saw on the internet you'd also like to see. DNA, exactly. So, when you're learning a new trick, this is a new trick, and by new, I just mean less than 100 years old. when you're learning a new trick, you have to have three things. You have to have the right equipment, which I have. You have to know how the trick works, which I do. And you have to be able to do the trick. That one's not 100%. I don't like to put tricks in the show unless they're 90%. I can get them 90% of the time. This one's about 30, 35. I'll try to get it. I'll try several times. I might not get it. And if I don't get it, you can watch it on the internet. Here we go, DNA. First try. All right, anybody else? We got time for two more. Yes, in the back. What happened to the dog? That's a good question. The dog did a lap around the neighborhood, and he came home for a spaghetti and dog food dinner, so he was just fine. He had a nice adventure all on his own. All right, last question. Yes? Can I do which one? The Risen-shuriken? Is that, oh, from Naruto? Oh, it's from an animated, no, then definitely not. Because as cool as that may be, it's not the real world, so no, I can't do that one. Let's do another last one. Who else has got a question? Yes?
Can you do cat's cradle?
Cat's cradle. Yeah, so in yo-yoing, cat's cradle means about 15 different tricks. A lot of people refer to this one, rock the baby, as cat's cradle. Some people refer to this one, which is called drop in the bucket, there it is, as cat's cradle. And some people refer to this one, which is a quadruple or nothing, as cat's cradle. So there's three different options. All right. If anyone's interested in taking a piece of the show home with you, I will have yo-yos and spin tops for sale in the rack. I've got they're $10, and I prefer cash. Cash avoids fees and is quicker and easier, but I take cards, Venmo, and PayPal, and even checks if you're still rocking that out. So that's right in back. I also have free trading cards, so you don't have to spend any money to have a souvenir. But now I have a question for you. Does anybody know what this is? What is it? It's a top. Exactly. And how many people here have ever played with a top that uses string like this one? A few people. All right. So the way that this works is you wind the string around it just right. Then, once you've got it all wound up, you throw it through the air, and it spins. For the average Joe, the first step is to spin it on the ground. But I am a trained professional, so I like to start things off with a bang. That was the bang. And once it's spinning, you can do stuff. You can throw it and catch it. You can bounce it off your knee, bounce it off your foot, or if you prefer, you can just strike a pose. Two separate times now, I've come in third place in the World Top Spinning Championship. Yes, it's true, there is such a thing. And recently, I was also the U.S. National Spin Top Champion, and I want to share with you a few of the tricks from those contests. This first one is affectionately known as the corkscrew. This next one is so cool they can't decide on the name. I like to think of it as 7 years of college. Good times. Sometimes it appears as though a spinning top breaks the laws of physics. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look, a top. I'm pointing right at it. Hi, how you doing? Well, as if that weren't exciting enough, to make things even more exciting, I'm not going to show you anything else with the little yellow and orange top. Instead, I want to show you the big red top. That was pretty good, but let's try it again, this time as a group, together, with gusto, the big red top. Nice. The string for this top is 9 feet long. That's 3 feet longer than I am tall. So you know what they say, big string, big top. Anyway, what makes this top cool is not just that it's big and red. You can do most of the tricks with the big top that you can do with the little ones, but when you throw the big top, the throw alone is pretty impressive. So watch this. A lot of top tricks have circus names. This one's called the carousel. I'm not really sure why it is that top tricks have circus names, but my theory is it's because tops are wild and crazy, just like the circus. Either that or it's because they're both intense. Here's another big top trick for you. And this one is called the wire walker. When my grandfather was a boy in 1920, he and his friends played with solid wood tops. This one's a hollow plastic one. I use it because it spins longer, so I can do cool tricks like this. Still spinning. Now that I've introduced you to the gigantic top, I want to share with you all my version of a vaudeville tradition known as the combination trick. Simply put, it's a trick where the performer does many different and difficult tasks, all at the same time, just for your entertainment. In my left hand, I will be doing loop-the-loop with a yo-yo. At the same time, in my right hand, I'll be juggling these two juggling balls. On my head, I will throw and spin the gigantic top. Yes way. However, as I'm sure you all appreciate, I'd like to avoid the bloody hairball. So I brought along this piece of safety equipment. I know, you're all jealous, you want one. And let me tell you, it's great with the ladies. All right, so I've got the yo-yo in my left hand, the juggling balls in my right hand, the top spinning on top of the top hat. But wait, there's more. I will also balance precariously on one foot in order to pump with the other foot this foot pump, which is attached to a squeaky balloon. In case you missed that the first time, but wait, there's still more. Every big trick has to have an element of danger. So I brought with me to the Rotunda today the most dangerous prop I've ever used. The horrible, the terrifying Little Mermaid party blower. Oh, I know. I know what you're all thinking. You're thinking, wow, he's really good. Well, it's true. But to get this trick going, I need the help from another volunteer. I need someone to hand me a couple things. I need just the right person who's going to help me. In the pink shirt, right there in the back row. You want to help me out? Yeah, come on down. And yeah, they're perfect. All right, let's hear it from my brave volunteer. All right, come on up. You can stand right here. Hi, what's your name?
Veronica?
Veronica. Nice to meet you, Veronica. Are you having a good winter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you done anything awesome we should all know about?
Yeah, I was going sledding.
Sledding. I love sledding. Did you die?
No.
Excellent. Up top again. Nice. All right, so Veronica, we're going to do a trick together, and I'm going to get the top going on my head. I won't be able to look around, so I need you to hand me some things. So in your left hand, hold on to the juggling balls, and then in your left hand, hold on to the yo-yo. There are a couple things to keep in mind. One of them is you've got to be sure to stay out of the way of the razor-sharp party blower. You can do that, right? Okay. The other thing is once you hand me those props, I need you to run like the wind. You're looking a little freaked out. You going to be okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So what sets this trick apart from any other combination trick you may have seen is that each aspect of this trick has been specially designed to be really annoying. A little for you, mostly for me. I'll explain. The yo-yo, Veronica, hold the yo-yo up in the air and show it to the people, please. The yo-yo will be mercilessly cutting off the blood supply to the end of my middle finger. The juggling balls, hold those up, show them to the people. The juggling balls are not only dirty and disease-ridden, but they're also really ugly. The sound of the gigantic top trying to grind into my brain will be amplified by the construction helmet. And this, I believe, need no further explanation. How you doing, Veronica? You good? Okay. The last thing you're going to see me do when I finish this trick is I'm going to reach up on top of my head and grab onto the gigantic top. When I do that, I'd like you all to say out loud something I know you've been thinking this whole time. As if in one voice, I'd like you all to say, "Wow, he's really good." Yeah, in fact, let's practice that. So I finish the trick, and you all say, "Wow, he's really good." Yeah, I love that part. It's like doing a show for Mom. Okay, Veronica, you still ready? Oh, I almost forgot. This is very important. So you're helping me out. I want to show my appreciation. So for you, I brought an official Mark Hayward trading card. But the thing is, I'm going to be busy. You've already got your hands full. You probably don't have any pockets. How are you safely going to get it back to your seat? Don't worry. Science to the rescue. I went into the lab. I devised a very scientific Mark Hayward trading card holding device. We'll get this installed right there. Perfect. Oh, Veronica, you kind of look like a pirate. Can you give me a good arr? Nice. Okay, how about arr, matey, give me back me limes.
Arr, matey.
Okay, how about this? Arr, me scurvy itches. No, okay, don't do that one. Don't do that one. Okay, Veronica, take one little step toward me. Just checking. She couldn't see it. All right, and take a couple steps up to right about there for me. Yeah, perfect. Oh, and Veronica, for just a second, it may appear as though you're going to get smacked by the top. It's not going to happen. I'm a trained professional, and you can tell because I'm the grown man in public with a Little Mermaid party horn in his mouth. This is the moment I warned you about, if you could step up. Thank you. All right, Veronica, you ready? Here we go. All right, hand me the props. All of them. Now run! Run like the wind, Veronica! Keep running! More running! Run! Okay, maybe run back to your seat. Maybe that'd be better. Back to your seat, away from the horrible man. Back to the, sit over to the, where you were. Go back, sit. Okay, stand right there. Applaud quickly, this won't last long. You can go back to your seat now. Thanks for helping out. Wow, that was exciting. Well, we've got just enough time for one more thing. Are you up for it? All right. Well, one of the things that I tend to do as a yo-yo man and as a juggler is I tend to come up with unusual uses for everyday objects. And For years, I felt like a regular household mousetrap had immense unused potential. So I finally figured out a way to use one in my show. I have here a regular household mousetrap, and I also have a bag of jet puffed marshmallows. I should probably start by saying that the only guy getting any marshmallows is this guy. But the goal here is to set the trap and use it to eat a marshmallow without breaking any fingers. You may have noticed I've added a few things to the trap. It's attached to this transparent base for stability, and then attached to the killing bar is another piece of plastic, and this is the marshmallow launching platform. By the word launch, you can probably tell the marshmallow will be airborne, so I'm gonna have to stand a few feet away in order to catch it in my mouth. Something still has to trigger the trap though, and that's where the blowgun comes in. Yes, I have here the Avenger Ninja blowgun. It says right on it, warning, this is not a toy and should be used by adults for target or survival use only. I'd say I'm doing both. You can survive off marshmallows, right? Yeah, for me it was called college. And that brings me to the last thing on the trap, which is just a small target here connected to the trigger. So we'll get this set up here without breaking any fingers. I'm fine. It's a joke. They're all still there. It's like this. Ow, ow, magic. All right. I know I don't need to say this because I know everyone here is old enough and certainly smart enough to realize it. I am, in fact, a trained professional. You should not try this yourselves at home. All right, let's see if I got a suitable marshmallow in here. Oh, you look pretty good. Okay. Put that right there. Important to hydrate. Are you ready? In my mouth. One of my favorite American values is that bigger is better. So if the mouse trap was good, that means the rat trap is better. And from my perspective, we go from the potential for short-term injury to the potential for permanent disfigurement. Permanent disfigurement. And the sound you hear when this trap goes off is actually the sonic boom created when the marshmallow breaks the speed of sound. It's science. It's really not science. That was a joke. All right, here we go. Oops. Are you ready? Here we go. No. Sometimes a performer will miss a trick on purpose just to make it look hard. And now, to further increase the danger, I will use the same marshmallow again. Oh, there's a hair on it. I got it, it's fine. All right, so obviously this is a hard trick. I'm gonna try it again. If I don't get it this time, should I go home and cry myself to sleep? Or there's another option. Should I maybe try it again? Okay. All right, so it sounds like persistence is a pretty good quality in a person. And obviously, we had a little bit of a ceiling problem on that last attempt. So I changed the setting on my trap. I'm gonna see if I can get more of a line drive flight path. Just shoot it straight down my gullet. What could go wrong? All right. Are you ready? Did you catch it? You should eat it though. I mean, It's been on the floor. It's been on the floor. Oh, eat it. Totally eat it. Make mom eat it. Okay, so just don't listen to me. I'm a terrible role model. Totally eat it. Totally eat it. All right. Well, I have to admit, sorry for making you scold your child in the middle of a show. Totally eat the marshmallow. So, I have to admit that I knew before I started the show that I wouldn't have enough ceiling height to catch the marshmallow off the rat trap. I wanted to do it anyway for 3 important reasons. Number 1, because it's funny. Number 2, because I wanted to prove the point that just because you know you can't do something doesn't mean you shouldn't try it anyway. Sometimes it's pretty great. And 3, because the rat trap is the lead-in to something else I wanted to show you. Check out what I found. A wombat trap. Yeah. And there aren't very many wombats around here, so this was tough to get. And I couldn't find a behemoth 60-pound marshmallow to go with this trap. So instead, I brought along these 3 marshmallow stunt doubles. And this bad boy is rigged up to fire the stand-ins at the speed of light right at me, and then I'll juggle them. How's that sound? Yeah. Sounds to me like I need something better to do with my time. But one thing that this routine has taught me for sure is, boy, am I glad I'm not a wombat. And I know some of you are wondering, what's a wombat? And I know that because I heard you say, what's a wombat? Well, a wombat is a marsupial, so by definition that means that they live in Australia. They may be the cutest animal to ever have lived, but the important thing is that when a wombat poops, it comes out as a cube. I don't know how they do it. It's hard. I've tried. But there's a real scientific paper written on the physiology of cubic wombat poop, so make your life a little better. Go look that up after the show. All right, wombat trap locked and loaded. Are you ready? Here we go. The big finish. This is going to be loud. Hey! Thank you so much. Well, folks, that brings us to the end of my show. It's been a pleasure to perform here for you. Thank you all so much for coming. 2 quick things before you go. First of all, my name is Mark Hayward. Believe it or not, this is what I do full-time for a living. So if you or anyone you know hires entertainers, I'd love to give you a business card. If you are under 18, you do not get a business card. But for you or anyone who's interested, I do have my free Mark Hayward trading cards. I've got this year's version where I've got on the back of it is my YouTube channel. So if you want to learn any of the stuff you've seen here today, I've got a lot of tutorials on my YouTube channel. My other card is my 1989 rookie card where I have long, luxurious blonde hair. So you can take one or both, whatever you like. And I will have yo-yos and spin tops for sale, $10 in the back. Oh, one extra bonus. This Thursday, I'm doing my 35th anniversary show. Most of it is the same as this, but I have more routines that I couldn't fit in today. If somehow you didn't get enough of me, but more importantly, if you have someone else you think would enjoy my show, at the My Arts Building in the Starlight Theater, 7 o'clock on Thursday. Thank you all so much. Have a great day.